Decisions made by City Council have a direct impact on the people of Kingston. Stay informed about your city. Get all the updates here each morning after Kingston City Council meetings. You're watching From the Mayor's Chair with Brian Patterson.
At our January 22nd council meeting, there were a number of hot topics discussed and debated around the horseshoe. The first was whether or not to move forward with a community branding exercise. Now, early last year, Council had voted to initiate a process to hire a consultant to work with stakeholders to design a Kingston brand that could help to better define the city for external markets and help to attract more people and businesses to the city. Now, last night, Council was asked to approve the awarding of the contract to the consultant, but there were some concerns that were raised about the cost and about whether this was a priority for Council. And so after much discussion, Council voted to defer moving forward with the community branding until after its strategic planning session in the spring in order to decide whether community branding would fit well with Council's new priorities. Last night, Council also had an extended debate and discussion about whether or not to attempt mediation between the parties that were involved with the capital condominium proposal. Now, back in November, the Provincial Appeal Tribunal turned down the proposed 16-story building that was proposed. That was a decision that was then appealed by the developer. So Council debated whether or not to try to bridge the gap between the developer that had asked for 16 stories and community groups that were calling for a proposal closer to 8 stories. After much discussion around the table, Council voted not to proceed with an attempt to mediate, but instead to allow the courts to decide what would happen with the proposal and also to welcome a new development proposal for the site to come forward in the future. Last night, Council received an update on the city's climate action plan. Council heard how because of recent initiatives that the city had achieved its target for reductions in greenhouse gas emissions 13 years early. The current Climate Action Plan calls for a reduction of 30% in greenhouse gas emissions from 2011 levels, but city data found that this target had already been reached by 2017. Now, Council also heard that because of new initiatives like electric vehicle charging stations and Utilities Kingston working in research of biogas as a clean energy alternative to natural gas, that there's still plenty more room for environmental leadership at the city. For more information on these issues or other council business, you can check out the city's website, cityofkingston.ca, or be sure to check out my new and improved website, mayorpatterson.com, where you can find weekly updates on different city issues and lots of other information, or be sure to follow me on Twitter @MayorPatterson.